best World War II game, Medal of Honor Frontline. When the Medal of Honor series took top honors during the height of the World War II gaming craze, it produced arguably its most appreciated series in 3, Medal of Honor Frontline. We are fairly confident that you know exactly where you were and how old you were the very first time you played through these games' amazingly lifelike D-Day mission. You'll never forget that. The entirety of the game's campaign hold up just as much as that kickoff mission. Thankfully, variety is the main theme here, thanks to missions that incorporate elements of infiltration, espionage, rescue, and recon work. Add on a rousing soundtrack and spectacular visuals, especially in the HD remaster, and you have yourself one of the best World War II FPS games ever made. Best Western video games out there. For sure and undeniably Red Dead Redemption 2. A prequel to one of the best Western games of all time, Red Dead Redemption 2 throws you in at the brunt end of life as a cowboy in an unforgiving open world. Not that Red Dead Redemption 2 is without whiskey swilling, tavern brawls, or night camping under the stars, but we now see another side of this scrappy way of living. You play as a Vandaline gang member Arthur Morgan, who is the right-hand man of Dutch, the bladeful leader of the outlaw gang. The murky morality the gang embraces to survive in a world that no longer accommodates their lifestyle is constantly testing across this epic tale. Unlike many Western games, RDR2 looks at the American frontier in transition, and that's brilliantly reflected in downtrodden Vanderleen gang. In Red Dead Redemption 2, you'll learn how to be a cowboy, but along with taming horses and bounty hunting, it's a place where you can lasso escaped outlaws and lay them on a railway trace like a pantomime villain.
This place ain't no such thing as civilized.
Once you've promised!
Can we all receive equal rations?
Hospitals are not a place for experiments. Free education for our children.
Secure and stable. City for the citizens!
Steward, hear your people!
Most followed games with survival tags in Steam database. Manor Lords is a medieval strategy game featuring in-depth city building, large-scale tactical battles, and complex economic and social simulations. Rule your lands as a medieval lord. The season passed, the weather changed, and the city rise and fall. Actually, from this list, you know, I don't know why I feel so close to Manor Lords. It's so actually humble and everything is cute and actually realistic and lovely. You know, I already watched all the trailers, all the beta testing by the YouTubers out there, and this game I am waiting for it. And this game will be released in 26th of April of 2024 and had been followed by 264,557, you know, and one of them is me. Best farm games out there to play solo or with your friend. Saru Valley, you're sick of hearing that, huh? Saru Valley is an indie game that's available on multiple different platforms. This game is similar to other popular farming sim series such as Harvest Moon, and inspired by Harvest Moon actually heavily, in that it doesn't have a heavy emphasis on farming. It also puts a lot of focus on befriending and building relationships with people in the nearby town. In this game, you are tasked with taking over your late grandfather's farm as Harvest Moon. There you have crops and animals to raise, while helping to restore the nearby town by doing quests and completing various objectives. You can farm and farm and farm and farm and farm. Actually, the Stardew Valley is unlimited. You can be in the Stardew Valley in Pelican Town for years and years just farming and farming and farming. 10 best games that you play as animals. Stray. Stray is a third-person adventure game. The player controls a stray cat, leaping across platforms and climbing up obstacles, and can open new paths by interacting with the environment, such as climbing in buckets, overturning paint cans, operating a vending machine, and clawing an object. They solve puzzle, progress their narrative, often involving moving obstacles. Optional activities include sleeping, meowing, and nuzzling up to non-player characters, most of which elicit a response. Some levels have open-world elements allowing players to roam at their freedom, and actually single player it's adventure. You just play as a cat, that's a new world to explore as angles of a cat in futuristic world. The game actually blasts 2022 by surprisingly epic stories and environments and graphics. Best RPG game worlds which you want to actually live in. Predicted easily. Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. The world of Red Dead Redemption 2 spans my fiction as US states New Hanover, Embarino, and Lemoyne are located to immediate north and east of the New Austin and West Elizabeth, which returned from Red Dead Redemption. Embarino is a mountain wilderness with the largest settlement being the Wapiti Native American Reservation. New Hanover encompasses a sweeping valley and woody foothills and featured the cattle town of Valentine, the riverside Van Horn trading post, and the coal town of Ennisburg. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the only game I think I could just grab my horse, go hunting, and bring all the hunting stuff to the camp, finish the whole storyline of the game. But I just enjoyed going to the forest, roaming around the map, just try to hunt something with my bow, and just sleep and sit down and just walk, enjoying walking around the map with high graphic settings is something else. Randomly you see something new every time when you move to the Red Dead Redemption 2. You have to be ready for something new. From my idea, the saddest moment in the video game, The Walking Dead Telltale series. Lee was a major character in Walking Dead series and took a fatherly role towards young Clementine. He was a history professor before the outbreak and was even convicted of a murder. Despite associations, Lee proved to be the most loving and level-headed character. At the end of the first season, it comes to as a huge shock that Lee has been bitten by a zombie on the arm. You're given an option, amputated, but which you prefer not to kill them, just be friend with them. GLaDOS, the portal. Didn't we have some fun though? Remember when the platform was sliding into the fire pit and I said goodbye? And you were like, no way. And then we pretended we were going to murder you. That was great. Quests like that are what pushed GLaDOS to #1 on our best video game villains list. Your journey throughout the various perils of Aperture Labs wouldn't have been the same without the snarky, auto-tuned commentary of the one-eyed robot. And her wicked intentions, both in the original Portal and Portal 2, were equal parts hilarious and horrifying. We'd love to see her make a return in any kind of Portal sequel, but we're aware that's probably never going to happen. Until then, we'll continue to sing Still Alive and reminisce almost fondly on that time she went evil in Portal and then made a deadly return in the sequel. Just don't mention the cake.
Nova, you win. Just go.
Best and most realistic explosions in video game industry. Best games based on World War I. The Last Express. The Last Express is an adventure game that never really got the attention it deserved upon release. However, the game slowly became the cult classic over time before an updated release was pushed on a modern hardware. More and more people were able to experience this amazing adventure directed by the mastermind behind the iconic Prince of Persia series. Fans who want to play through a great adventure title set in the days just before the First World War broke out should look no further than The Last Express. Best video games to play with your soulmate to spend sweet time together. It Takes Two. In It Takes Two, the couple becomes May, a smart engineer, and Cody, the heartful gardener. Their world turns upside down. When they shrink to doll size, they must tackle challenges together in their now gigantic world to return to normal. In this adventure, you must work together, navigating through a house that now feels like a giant world. Each level brings new abilities and tools, making gameplay varied and engaging. From puzzling obstacles to thrilling action, this game celebrates teamwork and creativity. Playing twice lets you experience both sides of this creative journey. Perfect for couples, It Takes Two blends cooperation with whimsy, offering an unforgettable gaming experience that strengthens bonds and sparks joy. It also won Game of the Year of the Game Awards of 2021.